of it as a duty. It's a privilege, but I think it's also our obligation as citizens, and so we feel very lucky to be able to vote from space. As the voting booth, I used my crew quarters, and so that's what's in the photo. It's our small little area where we sleep and have our computer. It's a private area on the space station, and it seemed like it would be about the right size for a voting booth back down at home.
The next question is from Marcia Dunn of the Associated Press.
Yes, hi. Probably for Kate and one of the two Sergeys, if they'd like to chime in. How do you plan to mark the big milestone on Monday with 20 years of continuous habitation? Are you going to raise a toast? Are you going to maybe chat with the first expedition crew? Or just what do you plan? Thank you.
Hi, Marcia. It's great to talk to you. Thanks for the really good question. Yeah, I think we're going to probably just have a simple dinner celebration up here on the ISS. We really enjoy, as crew members, getting together and having dinner. We're going to do some public affairs events like this one to let folks know about the 20th anniversary of continuous human presence on the International Space Station. And I think the most fitting tribute is for the three of us to just go take a nice long view out the cupola, look at the beautiful Earth, and appreciate this amazing space station.
And I think it's a good idea to call first crew members, present them, and maybe send them some pictures. For example, today we found a note from first crew about installing of new equipment on board. So I think remembering of it with a pleasure for them.
Yeah. The celebration day will be a Monday, so probably we'll be celebrating this day, but continuing working hard and of course remembering those who flew here, who've been flying here for 20 years, and all that 63 expeditions that were here before, and we really appreciate their income in this big program. Of course, we will remember all the participants of this huge program. Thank you so much, you all.
Next question is from Bill Harwood of CBS News.
Yeah, hi. First for Kate, 20 years, some of the modules up there are even older than 20 years. And so my question to you is, how is the station holding up in the context of, NASA's plans to operate it, maybe through the end of the decade? And for either Sergey, can you guys give us an update on the leak? I mean, I'm thinking also of that in terms of the age of the station. I don't know what caused it, but how is your treatment of that leak back in Zvezda going? Thank you.
Hi, Bill. It's great to talk to you again from ISS. And in terms of the modules up here, I flew in 2016, and I actually had to call down to some of my friends and say, I can't believe this place hasn't changed at all. So it's looking very good. You can see all around us, we've got a ton of scientific equipment. But in terms of the actual structure and the hardware, the station's certified through 2024. NASA has certified most of the hardware through 2028. And so we do expect that this is going to be with us for a long time, and it's going to be producing incredible science and incredible results for years to come. And I will let the Sergey speak to the PRK leak investigation.
Yeah, I agree with Kate. The station is has a very good condition, and we are thankful all designers from Sergei Korolev still now because it's very reliable construction, And anyway, it has a leaking, very small leaking every day, and now it's a little bit more than standard, and so we are working to find it finally and of course replace. So don't worry.
The next question is from Mark Carreau of Aviation Week.
Thank you. My question's for Kate Rubins. As a scientist, how would you rate the quality of the laboratory capability of the International Space Station with, the highest end, most modern laboratory on the Earth? And does it have, like the last question, some staying power?
Thank you. That's an incredible question. And in terms of laboratory capability, it's actually really phenomenal up here. I think early on in the program, we were working on just getting the station assembled and built, and now we're getting it completely outfitted for scientific experiments. So, for example, there's a confocal microscope right to my left that just got installed. This was a Japanese microscope. It's really top of the line. This is the kind of thing that we would use in the lab to study cells, study immune reaction. It's the kind of thing I would have had in my lab at MIT. We introduced the DNA sequencer in 2016. This is the same technology, again, that we would be using on Earth for really high-throughput sequencing. And it's not just biology here. That's the amazing thing about this laboratory. The space station and even this kind of small space has all of this biology equipment, but then it's also a material science laboratory. It's a physics laboratory. So we have a state-of-the-art cold atom lab that was just installed in the lab 2 modules down. This is really incredible. And this morning and a couple of days earlier, I was working on installing an experiment in the microgravity science glove box. It's a physics experiment. So this shows the kind of experiments that we can put in place that are really modular. We have the facilities, and then we put this experiment in there, and that experiment's looking at liquid surface interfaces and possibly improving applications for semiconductors. So it's a world-class laboratory, and it's an absolutely packed one. We have over 200 experiments per edition. I think it's like taking an entire university campus, a world-class university, and shrinking it down to the size of the space station.
Next up is Susie Nelson of Business Insider.
Thank you so much. So this question is for any of you all. You mentioned that most of the station is hardware certified through 2028, but I know that in the last couple of months, the station has still seen a lot of maintenance issues and breakdowns, notably one of the oxygen supply systems and a toilet. And are there any issues that you're primarily concerned about, or what are things you check more routinely to make sure that the station is in working condition?
Yeah, thanks. You hear about routine maintenance all the time, and you'll actually, if you follow station news, you'll hear about things breaking all the time. They're not really breaking. A lot of times it's service components that just reach the end of their life, and we have spare parts. We have a lot of spare parts stowed up here. We can send more in our cargo resupply vehicles. And so the toilet breaking, I don't worry about that. The toilet breaks all the time. We fix it. It's not a big issue. One of the reasons that it seems to, quote unquote, break all the time is we're actually really pushing the forefront of technology here. So our water recycling system is 90% closed loop. So that means yesterday's coffee is today's coffee is tomorrow's coffee. We really do recycle everything here. And so this is really exciting technology. As part of that, we're sort of testing what breaks down, what happens to this technology as we push it forward for human exploration. And so things are usually not broken beyond repair. They're always something that we can work on and we can repair, and we have plenty of spare parts up here. And so I think it's an incredibly reliable and a robust system, and we do enjoy doing maintenance on it. That's a fun part of our day is getting to fix all these cool technologies.
The next question is from Joy.
Hey, this question is for everybody. If there's one thing on the ISS, or that the ISS could use as an upgrade, or I guess in this case a birthday present, what would that be? What would the present for the ISS be? Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for the question, and I think we always have space here for ideas. We always have something to upgrade. Space station is a high-level laboratory and high-level exploration forepost, and we always have something to upgrade and update. But one of the most issues is that the volume of the station is really limited, and we obviously need space, more modules, and probably that would be a great update for the station, because we have high-level equipment, but sometimes we don't have space for that. Thank you.
Yeah, we had a little discussion here before answering that question. I think all three of us are in agreement. We could use some more stowage. So more modules. There are definitely plans for that. We're going to launch pretty soon. The Russian segment's going to launch MLM. The U.S. has plans for commercial modules. And we welcome any and all modules, particularly if they have some stowage space.
Next up is Irene Klotz of Aviation Week.
Hi, thanks very much. For Kate, can you describe anything that you're doing to get ready for Crew 1, sleep station setups, anything like that? And also for Sergei Rizikov, if you can give us an update on preparations for the MLN attachment next year. Thanks.
Yeah, it's a great time right now. We're really excited to welcome Crew 1, and we haven't had 5 people on the USOS before. So the program has actually been working for a while to make sure that all the consumables we need are up here, that our life support systems can support that. And part of our exploration technology has actually been adding to our life support systems. So, for example, we have increased CO2 scrubbing capability. We're pushing our water regeneration system to even higher levels of closed-loop water regeneration. And just for me, I'm getting ready for the new folks to come here. You got to get all their stuff ready for them. I had to find their exercise equipment today, and I was really excited while I was getting all of that out, getting ready to greet some friends coming through that hatch.
Yes, our crew, we are very lucky to be on board at this time, because we have many activities related to new modules and new generation of improvement of ISS. And we are preparing right now for upcoming EVA, and